I thought you did the other thing because you told me to start doing it, so I started doing
Well,
it.
no, I told you that that option was there with it now.
Oh,
Myself, I kind of like putting my own shit in there.
yeah, I started doing that. Now it's just
Yeah,
the show shows up and everything.
you just click it and you're good to go.
Well, you still got to go on YouTube and click go live.
Yeah. Well, these folks are listening in on what we're talking about, so I can't divulge too much information on this shit. So I can say this though. I can see Angel Gomez coming in hard out there before the show even gets started. But I'll give him a big thank you when I lift the curtain here in a second because I want to look at this man eye to eye before I just like say it behind the curtain. I don't want to act like I'm saying it behind his back or anything like that.
Eye to eye.
Mm. I
What's up,
need
Jim?
Jim. I need you to tell some of you folks to come on over here and get the damn views up on this shit. I mean, this ain't right. This ain't right at all.
Jim Vasquez.
Good old Jim. Me and Jim had dinner the other night over at the Taco Bell, and man, I tell you what, he was telling me some damn good stories, but that'll be for another show.
We got Drunken Bachelor. We got Carlitos.
Yep, I love Drunken Bachelor. Good old drunk. Well,
Drunk son of a bitch.
let's get this shit rolling. I know what y'all folks are here for. Y'all want to see the smoothest transition in any damn show game. So here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
What's going on, folks? It is the True Vapor Show number 343. It's a stormy Tuesday night. Well, actually, the storms have calmed down a little bit, but it has been a very, very stormy day. But, well, I take that back. I just got notified of a tornado warning.
Nice.
Where's this shit at? Oh, this is just south of us. Okay. Yeah, this shit been kind of crazy around here today. Anyway, hopefully everybody's having them somewhat of a safe Tuesday. You're not getting blown around like it's the Wizard of Oz, any of that kind of bullshit. And yes, we are down a man tonight. I wasn't certain whether or not Mr. Mike was going to make it here, but apparently he didn't make it. So with that being said, take it away there, Vapin Fagan.
All right. We got this fine little piece here called the X6000.
Oh my
You guys are
God.
excited about that? We also got this fine little piece right here, Vaporesso. I don't know the name of it, but Vaporesso is pretending not to send me products because they don't want to get in trouble. So another company sends them to me,
Yep.
and Vaporesso makes it seem like they're not sending it. So we got that, and then we got the good old. This really needs to have a name, but the Boxer Triple with the Sakers on top, and it loaded up inside of there. We got some of Ginger's lovely banana, and this stuff gets sweeter the longer it sits, which is really good. This is like really sweet now. It's even better than it was, what, 3, 4 weeks ago.
Sweet.
And inside of this little bad boy, we got some. Oh Jesus, Ghost Stick. I got
Oh
about 6
God.
pounds of this shit still,
God,
and it's dark as hell.
that shit ain't like wretched right now.
You know, I don't. I was looking for an expiration date on here. I can't find one, so I
It's
don't think.
on there. Those bottles
Is it?
had it somewhere, but it's gonna be real small. You're gonna have to break the iPhone out to
Let's get
pull up
that
the
bitch.
magnification to it. But
With that said, take it away, Mr. Vapes.
well, thank you there. So tonight, no, it's not the new that everybody's been seeing today, but it is a good one. The Boxer side by side with the intake right there. All the damn pods in the world that a man could ever know about. I'll even show this, even though you won't see me vaping it in here, but this is my go-to during the day right there. Boxer Classic 18650 dual right there with the big fat Sakers on top. And juices, you know, I got shit. I got 12 milligram shit laying around. It's all good. All good.
There
I
is
see.
no date at all.
Oh, I could have swore that those things had them on there. Maybe some of the juice that rolled down has dissolved that information, but
Probably.
uh, I I see that my hashtag is now in chat. Hashtag the stump. What's going on? Thank you very much. But yeah, Tuesday. Fun day right here. I guess it could be fun for some folks. For others, it's too early in the week.
So today is 2/22/22, and like I
That
said, 2:22 with 22 seconds. Didn't Ginger drop his new thing?
Yep. I got some other little crazy information from you. So let's see how well your math is. Let's go ahead and start off with a fucking math question real quick.
I'm pretty good at math.
Can you tell me what the date was 11 days, 1 month, and 11 years ago was?
Oh god damn. All right, so 11 days.
Well, let me help you. Let me help you a little bit more. 1 month, 11 days, and 11 years ago from today. What was the date?
So 11 years ago would have been. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna try. I'll give up. That's too much for me. I have to write. I would have to write it down and everything.
Okay, well, here was the date 1/11/11.
Oh, was it
Just like today was 2/22/22.
1/1/1/1/1? That's
There
pretty
you
nice.
go, folks.
Interesting.
And if you want to even go in a little bit more detail, when it was 1/11/11, that was 4,060 days ago, folks. So there's your little math quiz for the day. You can run around, tell all your folks, and have them sit there and go
Light
like,
on Facebook. I can promise you that.
yeah, folks would be like, wow, who gives a damn? Anyway. But yes, there was some interesting news dropped on 2/22/22 at 2:22 and 22 seconds Eastern time today on the Boxer site.
There's going to be so much shit talking that's going to be done to me because of all the hate that I have for the Billet box and for all that Boro shit. But that mod looks awesome as hell. I can't lie, that mod looks fucking sweet.
It
That puts
does.
the Billet box to shame.
It does look good. Now, the one thing that I'm enjoying about it, now, I mean, some folks are privileged to some things in this world. I've been a little privileged to see this device already from a little while back before the actual release today. But when I got to see the first little draft on it and seeing the screen on the bottom, I was in love right then and there. And the biggest reason why is because that's where the screen used to be placed for the Vapor Shark. And the Vapor Shark was always a damn good little friend of mine. So
I like the shape of it. The shape of it's all this is what Billet box should have done fucking decades ago. Maybe start, doing some updates to their ancient mod instead of just keeping it like a fucking cigarette box.
yeah. And 21700.
Yep.
So I think this one is going to, I think what it's going to wind up doing is pissing off some other mod makers when they see this.
Oh yeah, it is.
And it's probably going to start a little bit of a riff-raff in the Boro world or Billet box, whatever world it is with all that shit. I'm not involved in that world at all, but I can only imagine there's probably going to be some shit kind of like cranking along through there about that stuff. But I really do like the looks of it. And
Yeah, the looks of it's. You can't say you look at that mod and not like it. If someone's out there like that looks shitty, no, there's no way. That mod is fucking sweet looking.
yeah, because too, I'm not a person a lot of times. I mean, obviously you can look at some of my shit. If it's not black and it's going to be a color, I like one solid color. I don't like, a bunch of mixy matchy type things. But those things, the way they're mixed and matched with colors, they look good on there. So,
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming that you have to have a Boro tank to use with it. It's not going to come with one because he doesn't make tanks.
No. So that's something that you'll have to get, I'm assuming that maybe.
I got to buy one of these things.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of assuming that a lot of people that have these type of devices are going to see it and be like, man, that's something I'd like to jump on board with. I've already got all the parts I need, just need the device. But the one cool thing is, so y'all think about it like this. How many on the higher end scale of mods, like Billet Box and some of these other people, you've either got to be a part of a Facebook group and hope you get your name picked to actually purchase one, or you've got to have the fastest internet and the fastest clicking finger when they drop billet boxes on Saturday, and because they go within seconds. So with this deal right here, you've got a much better chance of getting one. I mean, because obviously Ginger's pretty good at keeping shit on the site. So
we got one in the cart, Chris. Good. Add 2 in the cart. One for me. Thank you.
there
He's
you
got
go.
a red and black one. Red and black would be perfect.
Yes. You didn't see
Yes.
the red and black?
I glanced at it. I wanted to comment on it and say awesome looking mod, but I'm like, you know what? If I do that, people are going to give me shit. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to save myself.
Deb's asking what mod y'all talking about. If you go over into the Boxer Mod Facebook group, I don't know if you're part of Facebook or not, but Ginger just released today a new Boro type device, which basically is like a billet box, but it's going to be 3D printed. So it's
He has a name. He has a name for it.
he does.
Boro device.
He does, and I forget exactly. Ginger, if you're in here, drop what the name is. It's kind of like along those lines with it in there, but I forget.
This might be the one.
Could be. I mean, again, I'm still looking at this as it still has to use that particular style tank and setup. So it's just housed in a different device. It doesn't mean it's fully going to change my opinion, but it could be something that I get, and it kind of changed my mind. We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, that is correct. Davis Vapes dropping his freebie in there. He says the new soldering iron is on the site. That is correct. That is correct.
For the folks in chat that know all about these Boro tanks, do they have a Boro tank that allows you to use different coil heads, like pre-made coils, not like rebuildable coils? Like if I wanted to use I don't know, a coil head from a sub-ohm tank.
They do.
Okay.
Well,
I'm more interested in doing
I know
that.
for a fact because when we got like when I ordered my billet box off a billet box, it came with a
Atlantis coil or something?
it was either an Atlantis coil or a Kangertech coil, one of the two. So it was kind of an older coil, but I guess it's just been because that device has been around for so long, they've kind of stuck with something there that's, I guess, been
God forbid they
tried,
update it.
true, and tested, but I don't know.
God forbid Billet Box update the adapter for something that's, made from 2020, for Christ's sakes, for that much money they're asking. Shit, they should include every goddamn adapter.
But Signature Tips had like a bridge or something for the Nord coil from a smoke.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, I think I remember that.
So I believe everybody's kind of like, there's probably a lot of shit out there. It's just a world that me and you never go look at and try to discover what's all in it. But I'm certain there's probably just as much shit and as much as the mind can think of as like other shit that we would normally look at. So
plus the fill method is going to be something is really important to me with these Boro tanks.
yeah,
I wonder if China's going to start getting into it now.
I could.
Until China's. You got Tony's box, so
Yeah, and so that's kind of really, I don't want to say it started the way, but it that one's been a good progression,
yeah.
For this stuff. So could be. I mean, seems to be hot right now.
Oh, but, snap diggity dog.
Just get a Voltro RVA 4. It changed my whole perspective on a Boro device. Now, that's the one that Mike and Stefan was talking about the other night, correct?
Yeah, someone in the comment section of that said that The Voltro doesn't work with the newer style billet boxes. Only the pre. I have to go look at the comment, but they don't work. If you bought a billet box after a certain period, that does not work with it because I guess it was designed. It's not. It's
Yeah.
designed a hair bit differently.
I know
If
my
that's
I know myself, and I'm certain there's probably a lot of people in my group that are well educated on this stuff. You might see me in there asking questions from y'all, trying to kind of figure some of this shit out. So if y'all do, just don't give me too much shit and try to give me like steer me in the right direction to get some stuff because apparently I don't. Well, I do. No, I don't think that would work. I got that one little mini freaking SXK fucking billet box thing still somewhere. But more than likely, I'm going to have to purchase, some goodies for this thing to be able to work.
might be
So
pretty exciting. Bring some excitement back into vaping.
it could. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. With all the shit that you see me vaping on, like all these pods and some shit like that. It's the same shit over and over because I've just found shit that I like, and this is kind of where I'm at with it. But I'm just like anybody else. I get burned out with this shit. I wouldn't
Right.
mind trying something different. It might even kind of like open my eyes to some shit to where, I actually enjoy some of it. So,
And people might be saying like, "Oh, you only like it because it's from Boxer Mods." Well, it's that, and also it's a lot easier to obtain than a lot of this other shit that, like
yes.
ST said, you got to get on a list and do this and do that.
Yeah.
And the original billet box, fuck that thing. That thing hasn't been redesigned since fucking the 1900s.
Well, and here's going to be an extra thing for me, and some people are like this, some are not. I've proven it, and I don't have to prove it. I don't have to prove it to anybody. As long as I like it, that's what matters to me. This is all I use mainly. Like, and I'm not just holding this one particular device. I like 3D printed devices. I enjoy these. I love this. Like I said, every single day I leave out of this house, this is what rides with me right here. I've got a Boxer 3D printed device. So I'm into it. And the looks of it, I'm telling y'all, unless y'all are just really hating, I don't think there's barely anybody that can say that they think the looks of that looks horrible. That
Yeah,
thing's badass looking.
it is. I'm trying to figure out how, because that Vulture. I mean, I know all these Boro tanks barely hold anything. How many mils do these Boro tanks hold? People in chat, anybody know? Like 3, 4 mils?
I
They don't
I
look like they hold much.
I don't think it. I think maybe it's like 2 or 3 mils. Well, I don't want to say 2 mils. Maybe 3 mils. Maybe.
Actually, Jason, that's one of the new features about this is that it's disposable. So when you're done using it, you could toss it into the garbage and buy a new one.
Here we go. So now we're starting to shit talking already. So.
That's why I'm interested in it. I only like stuff I could throw away.
Oh, I've already seen him once, and I did not give him his proper entry, but there he is again. So I will say it. Everybody, stop what you're doing. Put your fucking dinner plates down. Bow your heads. Marvin Norton, the
Oh,
oldest son bitch in vaping, is in the house. He has arrived, and he's probably got all of his nursing staff with him. So give him a big round of applause, folks.
all right. So anywhere between 3, 4, and 5 mils, these Boro tanks hold.
All right.
But they are, I mean, this Voltro one, this thing is expensive as hell.
I
And
think.
it's
Go.
weird because you look at like RDAs and RTAs and like, high end ones, how much they cost. There's little that probably goes into this thing. These
Yeah.
things are they're a high price, man. Holy shit.
I don't know what that shit is. Ricky Mahoney says, I think it's 5 mLs empty, so probably 4 mLs with a bridge in it. Because you got to remember that bridge is going to take up some room in there. So, but even if it's 4 mLs, those are devices typically that you're running at lower wattages.
Yep.
So you're not going to be blasting through the juice like you would like on a big fat ass Saker's tank or some shit like that. But
Yeah, because I mean, I've been wanting to really cut down on these high wattage tanks that blow all this vapor. I mean, even if I have to jump up to 6 milligrams, I'd rather start vaping 6 milligrams. I don't know. I'm not really enjoying inhaling all this vapor anymore. I don't know why, but
yeah.
I don't know.
See, and obviously, I enjoy pods. I really do. It's not just because I'm sitting here in the office and not wanting to have a damn storm cloud in here of clouds floating around in this damn office. I do enjoy lower wattage, little higher milligram, just kind of chilling out, hanging. It doesn't always have to be about busting out a cloud event. You know, this right here, this is a bigger device. And I'm only running it like at 20, what am I get this one at? 23 watts on this one right here. This is an enjoyable vape to me. My only issue that maybe I just haven't perfected what I was doing, but when I did have my billet box, I don't remember what bridge I had. I bought another bridge for it and put it in on request, or not request, but somebody had suggested it. So I went ahead and bought it, and it was pretty good. But I'm kind of working around that 30 to 40 watt range. So I'm not really MTLing something that's 30 to 40 watts because you're kind of pulling more in. So it's kind of like you got to adjust your style of vaping when you're in that wattage area. And then obviously you're trying to do more of a direct lung on those wattages, and then sometimes I'm not getting as satisfied as I want. It's kind of like you got to fine tune that to really get it the way you want it to vape. And two, obviously, I'm like a few others. I've become lazy in my vaping days. I want things quick and easy and not have to work so much at it. But I'm like I said, I'm willing to like venture into this, because obviously there is a device available. I'm not going to freaking Billet Box every Saturday trying to. And honestly, I'm kind of like Mark too. Yes, they've got something that's a winning device, obviously, because it still sells out. But it's easy to say something's going to sell out when you only produce just a couple of them. If you were mass producing that damn thing, they would be available, but they're not mass produced. And then they go on the damn, I hear they go on these groups for even 3 times the price than they are. To me, that just ain't worth it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
That's my opinion. I know a lot of people can say, oh, no, you're wrong there. But that's just my opinion to it. But I'm willing to give this one a shot. And two, like I said, I like the looks of the device. So maybe it'll kind of even push me more into wanting to do it. So,
Jason, yes, I did drag Angela. You got to realize these pod videos, like they're so hard to try to do to make them different, so I get views on them. So anything I can do to mix it up just the slightest bit to try to get views on it, I'm willing to do.
All right, well, let me ask this. What did you do in this particular video? I hadn't seen the video.
I let her try the pod. She doesn't do mouth to lung or pod system, so I let her try it and let her
Lord.
give her feedback on it.
What was the milligram you had in it?
I had the ghost stick in there.
Oh, shit.
She liked it. She didn't cough or anything like that.
Oh, okay, well then that's good. For people that have never vaped on Ghost Stick, I think it's 19 and a half milligram. Ghost Stick is good, but if you don't watch, I think, how you vape it, like when you take that first pull, it can choke you up if you're not careful to know what you're about to get. So, ST Vape, show a picture of the mod for the P. Mark, can you pull one up like on your phone and show one off? And DC has shown up. He said the only sellout here is, and I think he meant to say Mark because he said MRK.
You will never see me own a goddamn billet box. And I may not even who knows? Maybe I'll just use someone's Boro tank and not own it, so therefore I technically won't own one.
So here's the thing, too. Also, I mean, this intro video is on the Boxer Facebook page, and he also shared it to my Facebook group. So it's in either one of those if you want to go check it out. You can't play the intro in here, though, Mark, because it's got music on it.
No, I'm looking for the picture, just a straight. There was a nice picture of I think it was a blue one he took a picture of. That thing looks sharp as hell. And I hate the color blue.
And yes, Ray said you can go to Ginger Industries and look at all of them sitting there. So you got places you can go. But
Oh, maybe too dark. Little bright. Oh.
so there it is. So to me, that's badass. And that screen on the bottom, that's what seals the deal for me right there, because that's got like Vapor Shark written all over it, plus it being 3D Boxer. So
Here's a comparison to a billet box, just like a drawing to kind of show the shape difference.
yep.
So you can see how the billet box is more of a deck of cards.
And the Boxer's more like ergonomical for your hand, opposed to how, because I've already vaped on a billet box. I know how it feels.
And the billet box is 18650, right?
Yep.
So how is this how is the boxer smaller but 21700? Look at that shit. Hello billet box, get with the program.
Yep. Andrew says, ST, would you ever try a Rebel vape? You know what? I've heard, I've never tried one before, but I've heard more negative than positive. I'm not saying anything against that company. They've obviously been around for a while, so they must be doing something. I've never tried one, but honestly, I like the looks of the Boxer devices better. And it's not just because me and Ginger are friends and, that's all I got. But if I had the choice laid out in front of me, I would go with the Boxer. I like the Boxer's looks opposed to the Rebel. But again, that's opinion, just like anything out there.
H-Town, I don't know the price. I have not been on the site, and it's not posted on Facebook.
But yeah, I'm kind of when he first showed it to me, I was like, holy shit, I was kind of stoked on that deal right there.
I'm not sold on someone designing a Boro mod that when they don't vape that way. No offense to Boxer, because I love him. Come on, Ricky, does anyone vape the way, no, that doesn't make sense. So you got to vape the way, when you design a product, you have to vape like that. Doesn't he vape? He vapes low wattages, doesn't he? Or no?
No, he does.
Yeah. So,
but he doesn't use any type of Boro devices. So, but again, you've got your right for your comment and your belief on there. I kind of look at it different. I don't necessarily think just because he's not using a Boro device, he vapes at the wattages that you would use a Boro device at.
That's what I'm saying.
He's just not using a Boro device, but he is a mod maker.
This is kind of like the topside deal. So a lot of people hate the billet box just because the way the billet box is designed. But if something like this comes out, it may give people a chance to kind of try out this Boro thing, and they may actually like it. Like with the top side, I hated, and a lot of people hated the fact of squonking just because the way you had to fill the bottle. But then the top side came out, making it so much easier to fill the bottle. Then all these new people came in and started squonking. So this could be one of those things where it brings, new people to the Boro world.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And we're all just kind of like throwing shit around and throwing our opinions around to this, but nobody has one in hand yet to know how it's actually going to ride. So we'll all get our taste at it here pretty soon for people that choose and want to try it. So
Geek Vape and all those other companies are designing mods with a cig in their mouth. Exactly. They all smoke.
Oh, yeah, we know that for a fact because we've
Weird.
watched them at these expos doing that shit, and they'll bluntly do it right in front of people at the events when they're not even supposed to be smoking cigarettes inside those expos places.
That is a great point, Donnie.
What?
Half the shit half the shit that's created is from people who don't even vape.
Oh yeah,
Let
yeah.
alone vape that style. So,
They're big on that shit. So
oh my gracious.
it is. It's actually the first time I was ever at an event, and I don't remember what I think it was kind of a smaller little company there, but it was some people that had traveled across the ocean to come over here to this event. They're sitting here trying to sell their device, but at their stand, they're sitting there smoking cigarettes, bullshit with one another. And it's like, dude, how are you trying to sell something when you're not even doing it? At least if you're smoking, that means you can probably vape. Vape at the events just to give some people the impression that at least you're trying to sell your shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know. David Blackman, thank you for the donation. He said, just sending good vibes from Athens, Georgia. Well, thank you very much there, sir.
Mr. David.
But, yeah.
Quarters making a disposable Boro. I'll be on that like fucking flies on shit, son.
And Ricky, I agree with that comment too. He said, Boro people are picky, though. It's a different animal, in my opinion. Believe me, I know that the Boro world, from what I've heard, now I don't hang like in these groups watching all the shit, but I've heard enough from other people that they're kind of like their own little following. I don't want to call them a cult, but they're their own following. But it's like any group. Again, I can only.
Like same deal. Like
there was like well, it's anything. And the biggest thing I can refer to is obviously I love knives, so I hang out in these knife groups, and there's certain kind of knives that are like, oh my god, if you own them, you're a piece of shit, and I can't believe you support that company because of whatever reason it might be. Believe me, I know how this shit goes. So, but sometimes you got to just like say what the fuck and try it anyway, you know.
Just like squonking, like in the beginning, like they had all these mods that were high priced and you had to get on a list. But once they started making squonking more readily available and affordable and a lot easier to fill the bottle, everyone started squonking. This may be, the opportunity for everyone to start using these Boro tanks. And then China's going to get their hands into it, and maybe shit'll evolve a little bit more than.
You never know where this shit'll go, man. I mean. You can only, for any business, pretty much, you can only hope for success for people because it's their business and they're trying, unless they're into like some shady shit on the black market type shit. But
is there a mesh Boro, I wonder, where you can use mesh in it? Probably is, but
yeah, maybe
like that, like just improving on it.
Yep. Glenn wants to know if I drink Jack Daniels. No, I don't. I drink, it's something similar. It's called Ozarka Clear Water right there. Good shit for you right there. So. I think when I got the C this last go around, it kind of hampered my alcoholic wants because I have not drinking one beer since I've had the C. So I wonder if it kind of like messed with me somehow. Well, look at this shit. Fucking Omar. Omar dropping in freebies. I'm going to say at first, but anyway. Omar says, Mark, do you rate the Poprel? Oh, what?
I call it the pop reel. It might be the pop roll.
I don't have a clue. Over the Caliburn. Oh, is that what you reviewed today?
Yeah, I'm going to say Caliburn still. But I like the body style of the pop reel, the way it feels and the weight of it. But the vape, I'm gonna swing more towards the Caliburn.
Well, hold on. Now, the reason why I read that word like I did, does the actual word on there, is there a space between pop and reel?
No,
it's all one word.
Say it. Yeah, I've been calling it pop reel. I don't even. No clue how to say it.
So actually, it would be Popriel or something like that. Okay,
Real, who knows?
whatever. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So whenever something good or possibly good comes along, and you end up liking it, and you end up talking about it, people accuse you of either being paid or being a sellout or sounding like you're doing a commercial. Like I just seen that comment in chat right there. I
What,
never understood that. Like
what comment in chat? I didn't. Which one?
it sounds like this sounds like a commercial for the
Oh, I got you.
it's
Well,
like sometimes it's weird, like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you don't hate everything, then people it just I don't know, it's so weird. I always notice that like when I do videos and if it's something that I really truly like, I'll look in the comments section and it'll be people just talking shit like, oh, he got paid or blah
yeah.
blah 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 this or that. Like, okay, I won't like it. I'm sorry.
Well, the only thing that I can add to that is that I can't I can't physically tell you about a product in a matter of 2 to 3 words and then just shut my mouth and move on to the next thing. It's something new that was released today that requires a tad bit of talking about. I'm not trying to,
Anything
but
that brings any kind of excitement to this industry is
yeah,
I'm willing to
because
talk about it. Let's put it that way.
dude, I mean, anything that has like been something beyond a pod, we'll sit here and talk about it. We've had multiple talks about Mike's new RDA that just came out, which is something different. Which most people in these chats enjoy an RDA before they do a fucking pod.
Yep.
Uh, what else? I mean, here's the thing. I'm saying what else? Hell, I can't even really think of anything else because there hadn't been really anything of major excitement lately in the first damn place. I can name a million pods though if you want to talk about them. Like, like in particular, like the one that the stick of death that Mark's messing with right now. I mean, that's a brand new one, and he's probably on his way out of this world messing
Oh, and
with
by the
that damn
way,
thing.
I've actually messaged the company on Skype and I said, "Oh, by the way, before I shoot the video, what is the material made of that's holding the liquid inside?" And she's like, "I will ask and let you know." So I'm curious to see what the material is made of.
Now, what if they come back with some crazy ass shit, and you've been over there toking on that thing for a little bit? You might need to go to the doctor and get yourself checked out, son.
Then it might be the one and only pod system that I maybe don't recommend to people.
Yep. Mm. When's that particular video coming up?
This week, maybe end Thursday.
I mean, we're in the middle of the week already, so.
It's Tuesday. Middle of the week is Wednesday. I did buy a Weenax on ST's word. Haven't tried it yet. Better be good. The Weenax is good.
Weenax is good. It definitely is good. That's one I've got to say that I have used. We'll go back and look in the shows. I think of all the shows that we've done, the Weenax has probably got the most publicity for me, simply because I use the shit out of it. I wouldn't have bought 3 extra ones and a shit ton of extra pods because I disliked it. Brian Chambers says probably asbestos. I don't know what conversation he's on right now. I do see Conley out there. What's going on, brother? I'm sorry. We've been kind of like rambling, but.
That's weird, Joe. He really likes the Evolve pod system, but he can't find pods anywhere. You would think Evolve would have pod systems like readily available everywhere.
I don't know, man. Maybe. See, I haven't talked to Brandon in forever. And I wonder how that pod system actually did kind of like. It didn't seem like it was like selling the
No,
way he wanted it to with all the work they had put into it. So
I haven't heard or seen that thing anywhere
yeah.
after the videos were dropped.
So look at Omar. Omar's finally opened up his platinum card. He says, I still rate the original Caliburn over all the new Caliburns still. Well, that's probably because you haven't tried any of the newer Caliburns and you're still using the original one.
The new Caliburn is nice, Omar. If you haven't tried it, it's probably a step up from the year. It's
Here
not
you
like a
go.
huge difference, but it is a step up.
That's the latest and greatest one. Now, the one thing that tripped me out about this one right here, I don't know if you can hear it, but I mean, and there's probably another one out there, but I have never, hold on.
Vibrates.
When I plugged this thing in when I first got it and heard the work, I was like, holy shit. I mean, now, do you need to have that on a pod system? No, but hey, it's on here and it's pretty cool. So, and it gives you an indicator when your battery's going dead if you ain't paying attention to that little light down there. So,
I think companies, they don't have anything left to do on pod systems. So any little thing they can add, like the vibrating feature, they'll add it. Like the pod I reviewed today, the main selling point, if you go on the UL website, was the texture of the device. It had like a diamond shaped pattern on it, and it had like a texture to it, and that was like the main selling point to the device.
yeah.
Was the way it felt in your hand. I'm like, really? That's all you can really give it?
Yeah, that's pretty
You're
crazy.
running out of ideas for pod system, and there's not much you can do.
I mean, and this one's been laying here for a while. I haven't used it, but I think this was the one right before it. So it's got the window. Both of them have the window. Both of them got kind of like the same button, but the newer ones it seems a little bit wider, and it's got like more little milled edges and shit in it to where this one's just kind of plain and smooth. So, and this one doesn't. The old one doesn't vibrate. So, if you
The Marlboro tank has already been released. Sorry, go ahead. Thank you.
yes. And this does come in for those simple. What? No, that wouldn't be it. Look, if things are tough and you need a little pick me up, you can stick this Caliburn where the sun don't shine and take the pod in and out, and it'll just sit there and vibrate like crazy, and you can get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. How about that?
What I got an idea for China. If you're watching, what you could add to these things. How about either a laser pointer, because kids love laser pointers, or what about a flashlight? Because they kind of look like flashlights. Put a flashlight on the bottom.
That's a lot of extra battery to be pumping out for some flashlights.
Okay, a laser pointer. So that way, when you're vaping it, you could shoot someone in the eye and blind them.
There you go. And if you're going to go that route and do that, use the green laser, not the red one. Thank you very much.
What the hell's happening? DC, what are you doing in chat?
I think he's got his own shit going on out there.
I think DC's in love with Dylan. That's you guys got a little vape relationship going on. That's nice.
Isn't that sweet?
Yes, Modus had a flashlight and got shit for it. Yeah, no, I'm joking with the flashlight. I mean, sometimes it come in like when Anakin. I think what they had didn't they have a flashlight and they had a bunch of other shit on their mod.
Yeah, that was on the latest the Outdoorsman MVP. We all did videos on them, but that one was like a power bank flashlight. That was kind of cool, but it was cool when we got it. Plus, it had a very large internal battery. It was like 5,000 something milliamp in it, so it would last a damn good while. But I don't know. Dan, no, I did not. It'll probably be maybe a week at the longest before I get it in hand. So, but I am curious to try it.
Jason, I'm fat. Of course, I like caramel. And Neff, the best pod system to smuggle in prison.
Mm-hmm.
They've all been pretty good. I don't know. The one I reviewed yesterday, the real small one, last week. I forgot the square one. Whatever the name of it was.
I don't know. The Weenac, this Weenax, the I forget which one it is. Hold on.
It'll fit perfectly inside you too.
Yeah, this one is the I don't know, somebody will say it. But yeah, it's round, it'll fit right up in there. and got a pretty decent sized battery. Ricky says the MVP5, I think. I think you are correct, sir.
Douglas, my review on that went up last week, but YouTube pulled it.
Ooh, pulled
So
what?
my Pulse AIO video,
Oh, that's right. You did have that one pulled.
and now I'm fighting with my lawyers because Vandy Vape or whoever made that mod wants their money back, and I refuse to give it to them back.
Yep. I want to hold on. I want to try that bottom fire Weenax. You like it? I do. I do. I actually do. Do I like it as much as the other? I still kind of like the other one, maybe a little bit more, but this one's nice. I like this definitely for like sitting at my desk here doing my thing because it's got this little tiny drip tip on it. You can fire it if you want, like that, or just do the auto draw on it. It's not. I wish the freaking tank was a little bit bigger on this thing because it seems like I take a few vapes off of it and I'm already refilling it. So.
What is this at the top right here? I don't know. This new Vaporesso mod is pretty nice.
I can't believe they're
It kind
still
of looks like
around.
all the other ones, but
It looks like a Caliburn.
yeah, it's made of aluminum. I don't know. It's pretty sweet. It feels
It looks exact. No, it looks like a cocoa.
airflow control right there.
Pull the
Booyah!
pod out because I guarantee it's probably a cocoa pod in there.
Not the cocoa.
No, you know what it is? It's the X Ross or whatever. I guarantee it's the pod for it.
Something like X Ross Mini. I don't know.
Yeah.
A whole show about vapes. Congratulations, Thomas. Your day came. You wanted to talk about vaping? We're talking about it.
You know what? I'm shocked. That is still one of my videos from like a little over a year ago that's still getting a decent amount of views. When I reviewed that Vaporesso X Ross, that was like the first one that came out, had the airflow control on it and all that shit. To me, it really wasn't the greatest, but I still get comments on it like, man, I'm having issues with the pod flooding and doing this, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it kind of trips me out sometimes when people hit me up with certain questions like, they seem like they get in a dilemma with a pod system that at the most could be $20 or less. And it's like months, if not years old. And they're trying to fix it. They're like, what can I do here? And I don't want to be a smartass and say, go buy a fucking new one. But it's like, dude, I mean, it's got to be that easy. If you can afford to put juice and buy pods for it, go buy another one if this one's fucking up on you. If it's something that you want to use.
Yeah, I don't know. I've noticed like vapors, they like to use their shit till the very end, and even if they can fix it, no matter what it looks like after they fix it, if it still works, they'll continue using that fucking thing
Yeah,
until it is like in pieces.
I
Which
could
is, which is good. Saves you money.
I could understand if you're trying to nurse an RDA along that's about to fall apart for some reason, or an RDA, RT, whatever it might be, a mod. But when it's a $20 pod system and you've gone and wrote this long paragraph about the issues you've been having and you've done this and that trying to cure the problem, it's like, dude, if you want, I'll pay the money if you want to go pick up another one and start over again. Chris Maddy, thank you for the donation there. He says they sell 3 ml empty pods for the Weenax C1 ST. Is that what this is? Is this the C1?
Might be. It's been a while.
Okay, yeah, that's bad when I don't know names on shit. It doesn't say it on here, but well, maybe I'll have to go check it out because this one doesn't seem to be rocking along. Stu says I have quite a few.
If my mods fuck up in any kind of, I don't try to salvage them or save them. I mean, that's obvious. I'm throwing shit in the garbage when the battery's blown, like puffed up. But I mean, it's probably because companies send me shit. Would I be this way if I was buying all these mods? I'd probably still be this way too. I mean,
I do get it. Not that I'm trying to sound like ash holish here by what I just said. I am in that position. I've been kind of blessed. I've got extra shit here. So if something goes wrong, in the trash it goes, and I pull something else out.
yeah.
But if I was not in that situation, it's still, there's some things that I will try to nurse along and fix. There are some things that I'm not going to sit here and give myself a headache over
Yep.
when I know that it's not going to cost me barely anything just to go replace that if I want to keep using that same type device. And there's like at least 40 to 50 other options that are the same, if not better, than what you're using from something a year ago.
Like if it's something I truly like to use all the time, and something happens that I can fix or whatever, I'll fix it. But if it's something that's, you know, cheap and I can care less if it's, here or not, I'll just toss it out. If like the 510 pops out or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Winax SC is what it's called. I had the box. Wow, I had the box out. Thank you, Chris, for that lovely donation.
Thank you there. The SC, that is correct. You know what? I had the box laying here somewhere, I thought the other day, and you know what? I'll be damned. The motherfucker sits right here as we speak. Is this it or is that it?
Are you one of those guys that saves the boxes too?
Well, no. These came in not too long ago, and I just sat them to the side on my desk. But you're right. There it is right there. I've got the Winax SC. So here you go. Troy V. Look at Troy V sneaking in with that freebie. He says, have to use my perk this month. Good show, guys. Thank you, sir.
Take advantage of that shit.
Kid Bass is really not. I just want ST to buy me another one. Okay, they're having themselves a conversation somewhere along the lines. And Jason, hold on. Let me read Jason's because Jason will accuse me of not reading or even stating that he's in here. But he says, seriously, if anyone has a broken mod with a good chip, I'll take it.
So why would you take it, Jason? Do you fix mods? Can you solder and shit like that? Or what's the reason for saying something like that? I'm curious.
Ricky, these are their coils you replace on these. Now, I will say this. I've only had this coil in here and it's been what? Man, I got this shit not too long after I had the C. So I've had this for at least 3 weeks. Now, I don't use this thing religiously like every single day, and I only pick it up in the afternoon and use it a little bit because I've got other pods all laying all over the place. Needless to say, though, the coil's still going and it's still flavorful. So at least they last for a bit. Now, if you're religiously using this thing all day and nothing else, it's probably obviously not going to last that long. And you got two little choices of tips. You've got this one, and I'll show you the other one if you know. I'm getting close to the point, though. I think this thing did come with 2 coils that I'm getting ready to replace it out and drop another coil in there. But here's the other tip. So the other tip is really more 510-ish looking and not that kind of like, oh shit, I got shit falling all over the place. It's not more like that. I like that little slim down shit, especially for something this small. I think it seems to work better. And damn it, I got your old shaky hand shit going on over here.
If you could fix mods, Jason, and build mods,
here we go.
What if I pay you and I send you this mod because I love this goddamn mod, but I hate the chip on here because the battery life is horrible. Replace the chip. You can have the chip. It's a Yeehee chip, and then put a DNA chip in there. I actually have a DNA chip. It would work perfectly for this if you're capable of doing that. Because I would love to use this mod, but I can't stand the chip on it.
I want Jason's credentials before he fesses up to that.
Bring this back out of the grave would be so nice.
Aragon says, at ST, what mod was the tube of death you used to use? What was the tube of death? The tube of death got set down somewhere and no longer used. You know what happened? I quit using the tube of death, I want to say prior to me having C, or I was right up at the point of having C, and I never took it apart and cleaned it up. And I think I just moved it somewhere, and it's honestly probably never get used again. So, oh man,
Yeah, I don't need it fixed. I technically need it built, like one chip taken out and a different chip put in all together.
has he even answered you at all? Hold on, here we go. He just answered me. STLOL, I don't have any credentials. I have my machinist credentials and like to tinker. That's it. Okay. I was just kidding with you about that shit, but if that's something you're into, I mean, Mark pays well. Mark will pay you like into at least the, I don't know, would you go triple digit if you had to get that swap done?
We'll do a triple digit. What the hell? Okay. I'm in a good mood.
There you go. So I just made you a little bit of money there. You can put in your pocket, and but you can't do any shoddy work to it. It's got to be like looking good.
Exactly. I'm not sure how to say your name, but modding a mod, pretty much. Can you mod a mod?
Which one is that you had?
That's the one that Signature Tips made for me, Brian, and Mike.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And just like the inside of this mod is probably the most beautiful internals I've seen on any mod ever. And it's the only one I've never gotten rid of.
What is that, a dual 18?
Yep. But the Yeehee chip that's in here, I forgot which one it is, but it's one of those Yeehee chips where you're using it when the battery gets to, even though your battery indicator will say half, when you hit the button and you get that battery sag, it'll say change battery. So you won't get the full use out of a set of batteries on this thing. You'll get about half of what you usually get. That's why I just hate the chip on here.
That does suck. I remember there being some other devices back in the day where you could still have at least a good half charge going. Yep. But it would say that it's not there, and then it wouldn't even allow you to hit it. It would make you change your shit out before you could even use it anymore.
That's how this one is. And since it's only got the 2 buttons, I have an old DNA chip that has a 2 amp. Was it 2 amp? Yeah, the 2 amp charge port on it. That would probably fit perfectly. I don't know if they're the same size, though. That's the only problem. It might be, I don't know if it's bigger or smaller than this chip, but that might be the only problem.
Look at David Swearingen popping on in here. Thank you for the donation there, sir. He says, just got vape mail, 9 o'clock at night. Some young guy and his car just came. What are you getting? Like, you getting Amazon to deliver your shit? Those are like the only folks I know out running the neighborhoods that late. Do you wish that Amazon had everything you needed in stock like that, vape wise?
It would be nice.
Man, think about it. Like, you could put an order in and have the shit like either that day or next day. Well, nowadays you can't because they seem to take a little bit longer. But just think if you could,
all the e-liquid, that would be really nice.
Oh yeah, you could put an order in and have it show up at your doorstep like next day. Man,
imagine like how widespread vaping would be if Amazon did sell everything, and how many people shop on Amazon. It would be,
dude, they would make a killing. They would make a killing on that shit.
It was a hook. What the fuck are you talking about? DC and Swearingen.
Swearingen
By the
said
way, David, I
five.
seen your guitar that you posted. That is beautiful.
Oh, I did see that too. Yeah, I was like, man, that looks identical to the one that you had, right?
You bought the same one. It is nice as hell, man.
Now, were you doing a giveaway on that one of yours?
No, not that one. The red one I got.
Oh, okay. Have you done it yet?
No, I think I'm doing it this Friday. I think I gotta look at the calendar. Oh,
Now, were you doing a dedicated video of just saying, "Hey, this is what you got to do to get in on this," or how you
I
doing
was
it?
thinking since it's such a larger giveaway that I might just do a dedicated video on it rather than just how I normally do it. Because
Yeah.
I don't want someone to win it who's not going to use it or who's going to sell it. If someone's going to just get it to sell it, you won't make any money off of it because it's not a name brand guitar. And if you're not going to play it, then what's the point of even accepting the giveaway if it's just going to?
Well, you should do things a little different. You should make folks go through a bit more hoops to be
Mm-hmm.
able to get this, to kind of assure that that person is somebody that actually plays or wants to get into playing, that'll probably keep it.
Yeah, that's what I might do.
Chris says Amazon UK sales vape gear. Damn. I just don't get that shit, man. It it seems like there's a lot of things like like things with PayPal, obviously Amazon and different things that are so much more lax in the UK than it is in the US.
The whole PayPal thing is still confusing as hell because there's still like very popular e-liquid companies that are still accepting PayPal, and they've been accepting PayPal for years with no problems.
Yep.
And I'm just wondering if it's just out of luck, like they've got flown under the radar, but it's just
That's kind of what gets me with PayPal too. It seems like it seemed like obviously it's not, but you would think that PayPal is ran by one source, even though it's worldwide. So it would seem that regulations that apply one way, and it goes across the board. There is no leniency or a different set of rules here or there, but apparently that's not the case. Chris Matty, thank you for the donation. He says, Mark, have someone run through a trailer in a bikini to win it. That would be a pretty good one.
yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a winner on that one. I might be having to do having to re-give it away again.
Yep.
I wouldn't even. I still got to do that. Thanks to Angela.
Ronald says Amazon UK leaves shit on your doorstep. Well, they leave shit on my doorstep.
They leave shit on my doorstep, not on my doorstep, in the lawn.
I've never had anything. They've always been pretty good at dropping at the door. PayPal don't cover vaping in UK. Well, they try. I don't know.
Cherokee, I see you're pretty positive about winning this giveaway.
He's gonna stay at you on that one. Uh, Drunk Bachelor says rules are for the not for me ST. That's the demo
What?
way.
He's got to be drinking.
What do you mean gotta? He always is. It's just you got to find him at the points of the day when he hadn't had as much as where he's had more. So
Rules are for the not for me ST vapes. That's the demo way.
well, I
What the
know.
fuck?
Well, I know what he's trying to say. That's the demo way. He shortened the word demo for another word. So
Oh, okay, okay. Now I know.
oh,
If you do 250Cs mods, that the mod is the issue, not the board. I will take care of someone's is interested in them. Okay. I can't read tonight. Sorry.
mm,
Angela's rubbing off on me.
it can. Sometimes you can kind of feel that way. Sometimes.
Jason said, "Did you all see the new law that passed? PayPal and all the apps have to report if you sell shot. If over 600, you got to report IRS." Yes, that is Man, that's everywhere. That's not just PayPal. Like Reverb, where like I sell like guitars and whatever. eBay, anywhere that you sell something or receive something over $600, you gotta let the IRS know about it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because what if you're buying something, or is that only for receiving the money? I think because that person's paying tax on that money already. So if you're if you're telling the IRS about it, why would you have to pay tax on it also?
My thinking is so many people do that. How are you going to be able to keep up with something like that?
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, it's possible, but I'm just saying, man, that's a lot of extra.
this started like years ago, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong, but when they started having this thing where when you bought stuff online at the end of the year, you had to claim or write down all the shit you bought, and then I think the price was up to $20,000, and then you had to report it. But now it's $600, and I guess people on Reverb, for instance, they're going ape shit. Like that website is going to go down because people are not selling on it anymore just because of this.
Oh, Marvin Norton wants to know when I'm going to start giving away knives. Marvin, if you will, stop by the house. I got one for you, and I'll give it to you.
It's for the seller to pay tax. Well, on all these websites, that's the thing. Well, let's see, the seller's paying tax. Well, the buyer's already paying tax on it. So why does the seller also have to pay tax on it?
Jason says no, Mark. It's a new law just started.
No, it's not new. It's the amount has changed. It used to be $20,000. Now it's $600. And PayPal money, you used to have to always claim that.
No, PayPal was only up to a certain point.
Yeah, it was like a certain amount, but they also lowered. Yeah, they lowered the amount.
I think PayPal was like if you accumulated 6,000 or more
Mm-hmm.
in your
Somewhere
account
around there.
in a year span, you had to report that.
Pretty much any money that you receive nowadays, if it's not like a cash deal in a parking lot, you have to let the IRS know about it.
Yeah.
So they're saying that because of this, I was reading up on this, Craigslist is going to make a huge comeback now because a lot of people are going to be selling their stuff on Craigslist and Facebook where they can meet up and do a cash, transaction as
And that,
opposed to selling it on eBay or something like that.
which means we're going to have more people out in the parking lot shot over an old raggedy chair that some dude was trying to rob somebody in the first place over.
Yep. Pushing sales tax on services now, and that's oof.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I still have noticed to where there's a few particular states, and within those states, there are knife sites that I really try to stick with because they won't charge me a sales tax.
Yeah, I don't get that.
But if the the two big ones that are in Tennessee that a lot of times I have something that I would like, or actually three, I'm going to get nailed for a sales tax. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And Texas. I get hit in Texas when I try to do something, I'll get hit for sales tax. But like places like California, Utah, Wisconsin, there's one other there, North Carolina, none of those places charge me a sales tax.
The thing is, it's really random because it used to be if that company did not have a business or anything in the state that you live in. So if you bought from, I don't know, Big Dick Sporting Goods, and Big Dick didn't have an office in Chicago, you wouldn't get charged sales tax. But now it doesn't matter if they have an office there or not. You're still getting charged sales tax. But there's still websites that don't charge sales tax. I bought from a few guitar sites where they don't charge sales tax, and they're nowhere near Chicago, which I don't understand how that is, but
And I used to think if they're not charging a sales tax, that means the sales tax has been bumped into the price of the knife. So you're kind of like paying it anyway. But then, obviously, because I look at a lot of different sites, that retail site that they try to keep these at, they're all the same at all of them. So it's like, well, hell, it's a no brainer. Why not go out to another? And sometimes I can go out to a further state, pay no sales tax, and it gets to me quicker than when I would buy in state that could be, 5 counties away.
Yeah. It's
So,
still makes no sense to me.
yeah, I don't know. It is
I
a
love
little,
Newports. Yes. I actually, when I quit smoking, right when I quit Newports, I started with Marlboro. I started smoking, I was, I think, 15 or 16, right as I was turning a sophomore or junior in high school. And then I ended with menthol, Newports, loved them.
Jason says, Vapin Fagan, do the mods holes?
The heat chip line up with the DNA. I haven't measured it. I could do that actually after the show.
What is the
Um,
mods holes? Or did he meant to say holes?
does the slot where the heat chip slides in, does the
Wow.
DNA chip, will it fit in that slot or is it going to be bigger or smaller?
Jason, at any point in the day, you can check on me on how I'm trying to read shit, but I can also check on you for how you just spelled holes. So we've got each other there.
Talking about taxes, my buddy in Jersey was saying in his town they have a water runoff rain tax. If your property has extra water runoff, they're going to tax you from the fucking rain. Something we found out when we bought this house, the town that we live in, there's a tax that you have to pay when you move out of the town. When you leave the town, they charge you a tax for leaving the town. It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of before.
We've talked to people like within these rooms and we've kind of seen shit, but there are some of the craziest taxes you will pay living in certain states that it's kind of unheard of. Like for us,
I look at my cell phone bill. There's
oh
so many
yeah.
goddamn fees on there. I couldn't even tell you what the shit is.
And for a company to make extra money, I mean, you might look at it and it's only like it's $3.49. But when you've got roughly, you know, half a mil to a million customers, that adds up pretty quick extra right there. Those little fees that they're kicking in. But it'll be the stupidest fee. Like, uh, I can't even think of one, but when I read them, I'm like, what kind of, that doesn't pertain to me. It sounds like your problem, not mine.
In different state, like Illinois is the worst because they have a tax like when you buy an app on the App Store or if you're using Uber, they have like a booking fee and this fee and that fee. There's all these crazy fees that
Yeah.
it's fucking nuts.
I mean, I live in a state where the sales tax is high as shit, but we don't have a state tax here, which, you're not getting hit for a state tax on your payroll check. So, but I mean, you can drive the next state over and pay a bit lower sales tax. But if you live there, they have a state tax on top of you paying your federal tax. So it's like,
They shouldn't heavily tax things that you need, like medicines and shit like that. There shouldn't be a tax on that.
yeah,
Tax shit that you can live without. Like when they once a few years ago they had a soft drink tax here in Illinois. People did not like that at all, or Cook County, and they were putting an extra tax on soda and just like soft drinks altogether. That came and went really quick though.
but it's
That-
crazy. You think about it, like you just said with like a phone bill, a cell phone bill. I mean, cell phones are the most common thing now. Most people have cell phones and cell phone bills only, opposed to having a home phone bill anymore, if even
Yeah.
having a home phone. But would you have thought, I don't know, 15 years ago that you would have felt all right and it was just the norm paying what, 300 a month,
Hell fucking
for
no.
like a cell phone bill, and being all right with it, like, hey, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I know. Like I
So
would have never thought like, and $300 back then was a lot of money. Like 300 for a
yeah.
fucking cell phone every month? What are you crazy?
Now, obviously, so I'm in the upper twos and I got 3 lines on mine, but still, that's like back in the day, that would have been like, holy shit, we got to pay this every single month.
Yep. Wake up, Mark. I am awake, you son of a bitch. What are you talking about? I have Straight Talk. To hell with a phone bill. Yeah, Straight Talk isn't that the Walmart pay as you go thing? That's actually pretty cheap.
I think so, but I don't know if it's got I don't think it's going to run the daily operations that I need. So,
Yeah, what Facebook and YouTube?
it's it's going to need to be pretty fast. It's going to have a damn good looking screen on it. Excuse me. I don't know, man. Back in the day, I had a buddy of mine that was doing the whatever that straight talk stuff is, but he had an iPhone. He had straight talk on it, but it seemed like his phone was a little limited on what it would do.
Yeah.
But it was still, for somebody, if you didn't want to pay these ridiculous prices that most of the world pays already, I mean, it is a good option to have.
It almost makes you wonder how people can afford to live nowadays.
Hmm. What about the people who pay $12 to cross the bridge?
That's nuts. And what, New York it was or something like that? When we went down there and I found out how much the toll was to cross the bridge, I think it was more than that. I'm
I
like, are
was
you?
fixed to say, I think crossing the, which if I had Mike here, we could confirm it. I think it's what, the Washington Bridge in New York. I think it's like $30 one way going across. So if you got to go across and come back, you've spent $60 alone just to cross the damn bridge.
Some outrageous fucking like, are you fucking nuts? And you see all these cars bumper to bumper crossing this thing. I'm like, wow, they're fucking
Yeah,
raking in the cash.
killing it, man. Cherokee says, ST, you can just use your own phone if it's unlocked.
Yeah, you can.
True, true.
And by law, apparently nowadays, the phone company has to give you the unlock code for your cell phone if you want it to unlock it. Back then, they didn't have to do that.
They got you. If most people aren't going to ask questions nowadays, most people are just willing to accept what's dealt to them and just move on. Obviously, there's certain situations with a phone. I couldn't fight some of these little charges because they're charging it to everybody, but it sure does suck. Like, I never even look a breakdown at my bill anymore. I look
No,
at it. If it looks like about what it did last month, things must be right and it's getting paid. Now, if there was like a noticeable difference, yeah, I'm going to go in and kind of look around. But two, I think my phones are all maxed out with unlimited everything, so the bill always looks the same. So
if I'm not mistaken, the AT&T their cell phone bills are so confusing that they actually have a video on their website that shows you the breakdown of your bill. That's how complicated the fucking phone bill is.
it's crazy, man.
Mhm.
But shit does happen.
We sound like old men complaining about high prices.
Yep.
We'll do
Yep.
a show on weather next week.
We
That
will
damn
do that.
weather.
We will do that. Uh
Speaking of weather, it was in the 50s here the past 2 days. Now it's rain, tomorrow's snow.
I know, man. The world's coming to, well,
I
the
think it
world's
is.
been coming to an end for a long time, but
There's one place coming to an end.
yeah,
I know what it is. It starts with a C.
this damn show. Uh
Woo wee.
I will say this though, and I noticed this on the calendar the other day, or my work calendar. I was looking at something and it just kind of like popped out on me. Man, do you realize in less than 3 weeks it is time for daylight savings time?
Yes.
We are about to go back here pretty soon.
But I want
To,
spring and summer to come so bad, it's not even funny.
So it's going to get to a point again to where when this show gets started, it's going to be daylight and there's going to be like sun blasting in here for a while. Then by the end of the show, it's just getting dark. But like, every time I start the show now, it's obviously been pitch black for a while, but it's coming, which means warmer weather's coming too.
Can't wait for that.
But we're fixing to go on a tyrant here pretty soon. This is about the time here in March and April when things get really wild outside. So we should be having some good shows coming up with, you'll hear tornado sirens in the background and all the lightning and thunder and shit that y'all have heard in the past few years while that little short stint through the months. But
is it spring forward or spring? Yeah, spring forward. So the clock goes ahead an hour.
Yes.
So if it gets dark at 5 and now it gets dark at 6.
Yep.
Don't confuse me, Jason.
Time Warrior wants you to
answer me, goddamn it.
So let's go back up a little bit. He said, "This country is done." Let me go back up a little higher. Why are you still here? Let me go up a little bit further. I'm thinking he's trying to get to a point here.
I don't see anything else. What are you asking, Time Warrior? I don't see anything.
I think he just wanted you to know to say that you will be done soon.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Time Warrior.
There you go. And yes, Troy V is looking forward to ST's landscaper right as the show starts. I'm certain he will be here promptly when the show gets started. And I will say this, if there's one thing I'm not giving, everybody gives something up like at the first of the year. I'm not giving up my landscaper this year. I'll be damned. This summit's just cutting my grass again this summer because I'm not getting out there to do it. It's sad. I never thought I would be the person because I have cut my own yard and handled my own yard work forever and ever. But after I hurt my back last year and had this guy do it and realized that he got my yard looking so much better.
I told you.
I just can't let him go now.
Yep.
We even gave this man a Christmas gift.
And you were getting on me about having some Mexicans cut my grass. He's like, you lazy son of a bitch.
Whoa. And I'm not saying I live on some big plot of land. But we've seen what you had to cut, which was like 2 or 3 strips that would take roughly, at the most, at least for me, I can have it knocked out in 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, maybe. No. There's so many like bricks and maneuvers you have to do with the lawnmower, and you got to go over this, and you got to go around that.
As big as your shit was, I could have cut your shit perfectly with a weed eater. I wouldn't even need a lawnmower.
Yeah, I'm going back to cut my own grass now.
But this is where things are going to get good because Mark said that he is going to be the groundskeeper for his own palace this year. And I want to see how long this will last. So
some of the most fucked up grass cutting you've ever, the lines are going to be all fucking like this. It ain't going to be straight, beautiful grass cut lines. It's going to be horrible. Because
y'all all have to admit, like when you first start doing those first cuts, it's not baking hot outside yet. It's very manageable. It feels good to be outside because you've been locked away in the house all winter. But then those months start kicking in where when you walk outside, you can't even breathe because it's so freaking hot outside. That's when you're going to get shut down. You'll be like, Angela, I need you to call whoever used to do this shit and have him to get on out of here.
Should we have Angela do it? She's young enough to handle the heat. She'd go out there, cut the grass. Women want equal rights. Well, they can equally cut the grass, just like a man can.
DC said ST's 10 minutes. 10 minutes is like a full 8 hours of work for Mark.
That is true.
Oh, shit. All right, folks. We damn near gave y'all an hour and a half tonight. Y'all should be so privileged for that shit. But
Time Warrior, if they're coming for me, let me know what time so I can have a fresh pot of coffee ready when they get here. Thank you.
And make sure he can get at least one more dinner in. So, with that being said, obviously y'all know what y'all need to do on Friday night. you never know. Might sneak another Saturday in on y'all. Y'all seem to like the Saturdays, so there could possibly be another Saturday brewing out there. But if we do a Saturday, well, they didn't really kill from this Sunday though, so you never
Not
know.
good.
You never know. You never know. I always have fun doing the Saturday shit anyway.
Yeah.
But and then of course we'll be here next Tuesday. And there was something else I was going to tell y'all. Oh, so if you're watching this now and you're not a part of it, or you're watching the replay and you're not a part of it and you want to be a part of it, go over and check out the ST Vapes group over on Facebook. You can see all kind of shit. And then if you're curious and you're not in the boxer side of things, but you want to see the stuff, you can see it over in my group or however it's going to be. I don't know. Mark, if you go to Mark's group, Mark never posts in there. I see Angela posting more in there what Mark does. And Mark doesn't even approve anybody anymore. His list is so backed up because I'm an admin and I can kind of see what's going on. There's about like 300 people waiting to get in Mark's, and he ain't approved a damn one of them. So if you're trying to get in over there, you'll never get in.
It's all people from China and people who don't even know, like,
It
you know who
probably
Vaping
is.
is? No, I don't.
Yep.
Why are you here?
Yeah, at least answer the questions. I mean, they're very easy, but at least I know that you're somewhat looking and you ain't just clicking on some random shit. So, but anyway, we're out of here. Smooth outro. Y'all have a good evening. We'll catch you later.
Bye, babies.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. What? What?
1.5-inch max height. I dropped that shit to the ground.
Damn. Bachelor's all. Look at Bachelor trying to talk some talk.